evening, ladies and gentlemen, from Veterans Memorial Rink in Franklin, Massachusetts. It's Ashland High School hockey. Bob Thacker and Paul Burke and Bruce Stearns bringing you the action tonight in a very, very big Tri-Valley League game between the Ashland High School Clockers and the Holliston High School Panthers. This is the second meeting between these two clubs this year, Paul. Clockers won the first one 2-1.
So we would expect a war here tonight, as Holliston certainly in the quest for the tournament, and traditionally a good, tough club. And I'm sure that they're still stung from having lost early in the year to this club.
Well, if Ashland has an arch rival in hockey,
this is it.
This is only their fourth year. The Panthers are it because these kids have played together growing up because they had a joint junior team.
Sure.
And so these kids know each other, have played against each other all the way up till high school when they separated to be on their respective high school teams. So this is Ashland's arch rival in the league. They've beaten them several times in their brief varsity history already, but Holliston took both games last year, and this year Ashland has won the opening game. They won 2-1. A very hotly contested game. I think, I forget who had the goals in the first game for Ashland. I think, Steve Bresnick had one, I know, and Kevin Tessier had the other. The Clockers came out with a 2-1 win. Clockers have really improved across the board this year. The emergence of the second and third line has really been something. Chris Bosworth, centering the second line, had both goals in a very tough 3-2 loss. 3-2 loss to Medway last Saturday. That's what the Clockers are coming off. Holliston is 3-4-1 in the Tri-Valley League, and Ashland is 4-4 in the Tri-Valley League as they come into this game. Clockers 7-5 overall, so they need 6 more points to make the tournament, and they got 8 games to get it, but a lot of tough games ahead of them.
Watching the warm-ups down here, we would note that Holliston has a tendency to rotate goalies, although the #1 goalie, I believe, is #1 John Murphy. The other goaltender is Dave Toffling, number 30. And they're down there taking their practice shots now.
Who are they taking them on?
They're taking them right on Murphy. Toffling was in for the last few minutes. As you can see, Toffling is now skating
so we still don't really.
The bench. I expect it'll be Murphy. I expect.
Yeah, Toffling played their last game last Saturday. So it's Murphy's turn if they
Murphy's
do
out of the net now, so they're cleaning up the pucks as we're just seconds away from the whistle, which means we're just moments away from the opening face-off in this game. 2 officials in high school hockey. Both of them can call everything, which is important in this game because there are no goal judges as such, and that can play.
There's no lights.
There are no lights. Actually, I think there appears to be a light set up down to our left, but nevertheless, there are nobody down there in a goal judge's space to turn it on. And as we noted in the last game that we did, a very fast call after an apparent goal when Armin Bachman was called for being in the crease and they waved it off. But it is important, I think, that both officials are empowered to call penalties as opposed to the National Hockey League, which I think is one of their great failings, but that's another editorial.
Holliston was co-champs last year with Westwood, but they slipped a little bit this year, and they're missing one of their best players, Adam Godfrey, who went on to play junior hockey. Their best this year is number 14, Mike Mantenuto.
Murphy is in the net, #1, so he'll be the starting goaltender for Holliston here tonight. And for Clockers, of course, Mike Rochford in goal, the first line. Starting out will be Stacy.
Ty Stacy, number 10, the co-captain.
And Armin Bachman, number 6, moved up to the first line pretty consistently.
Coach Bob Shillelagh was telling us before the game that's really worked out well.
Yeah.
It's worked out well for the second line as McDonald and Bosworth have been producing goals on the second line. So the changes worked out well.
And Blake Lucas and Pat Britton starting at the points.
Bachman had the big goal to beat league-leading Bellingham last week.
This is Ryan Consigli on the draw, and it's controlled by Clockers down to the Holliston end, skated off down there by Josh Russo. Has it knocked away by Tessier in deep. They try to tie it up. Now it's again skated off by Russo. He loses it. Picked up by Tessier, trying to make a pass back to the point to Britton. Centers it in front, knocked down, goes wide into the corner, being chased down by Haberski, 13. And now it's going to be skated out of there by Klaus. It's intercepted right out in front by Tessier. And a high shot off somebody's stick flips behind the net. It's over-skated down there by Bachman. And now Panthers start back. A long pass goes astray, picked off at center ice and knocked back into the zone by Bachman. Stopped behind the net by Murphy. Drops it off, comes up around the near boards, kept in again by Lucas. As Ashland has been giving Holliston fits in terms of clearing their zone. Now it's Consigli trying to skate away, and he has a poke checked off his stick by Chris Bosworth, who's brand new in the game. Bosworth takes a hit as he's knocked to the ice over there by Habursky, but they whistle the play dead, so there'll be a face-off right out at center ice. No shots in that opening flurry, but in the first 58 seconds of this hockey game, clearly Ashland had the territorial edge. So the second line is out there now. Bosworth centering McDonald and Bresnik. Can't do anything with it. Comedian at his point stops it up to Bresnik. Bresnik dumps it in. Karam's off the backboards. It's knocked back by Murphy. They try to sweep it out of there. Martinez, 18, is there. He can't do anything with it. McDonald tried to make a shot, fanned on it, partially fanned on it. It goes to the far boards. Clockers still keep it in. Now it's going to be cleared out of there by number 14. That's Mike Mantenuto. To center ice it comes, and it's driven into the zone by DeGuerre, number 4. Joe DeGuerre comes behind the net in the corner. Mantenuto is there, 14, runs into traffic, gets back on his feet, overskates the puck. McDonald starts back through center ice, has two guys to beat. Knocks it into the corner.
Mantenuto is trouble, Paul.
Yep.
He's everywhere.
Clockers change on the fly. Holliston with the puck, knocked off a stick and kept in the zone down there by Mike Jardine, number 7. A shot is wide.
Ryan Kingsbury.
Jamie Britton with it, comes behind the net, tries to center it out in front. Nobody there but a white jersey, and back they come. As this is Tim Klaus, number 2, trying to work his way in on John Betty. He's knocked off the play, picked off by Jamie Britton, and Britton sticks it back into the Holliston zone, where it's picked up by Josh Russo, number 10. To center ice, Mantenuto, 14, trying to split the defense. Goes wide, gets by everybody, works his way in. Shot, big save off the pad! Mantenuto dropped it, and there was a shot off his centering pass and a big pad save by Rochford. They blew the whistle because the net came undone from its anchors down there, so there'll be a face-off. But boy, slick Mike Rochford with a big save early in this game.
The net came loose when the Holliston player crashed into Rochford.
This is Chris Jenkins working his way behind the net, looking to center it, looking to sweep it in off the side of the net or the stick perhaps. Swept to the back, Dasher. All the way around it comes to Bachman. Bachman can't move it out. Picked off down there by Touche, and his shot is gloved by Rochford.
Good work by Duncan Touche, number 16.
12:19 to go, first period, no score.
He's sometime fourth line center. Getting a chance here. And now the second line, the Consigli line, is on for Holliston. Ryan Consigli's got a lot of goals this year.
Puck control by Ashland. That was Habursky, 13, trying to bash it into the boards, and they tie it up, so we'll have another face-off. He went in there with McAdams, number 3. So they could not move the puck, and again, a face-off in the Clocker zone to the glove side of Mike Rochford. That's the near side to us, and Consigli is there on the draw again, controlled by Ashland. Lucas sweeps it around the boards for Tessier, and he's hit down there by Sean Flynn, number 12. Now they'll clear it out. Across the rink it comes to McAdams. He loses control, picked off by Consigli into the zone. He's harassed over there by Ty Stacy, loses control, gets it back in the corner. Lucas hits him. Lucas tries to poke it away, can't do it. It's still in the zone, rolling free. Up against the boards. Now Tessier is going to skate away. Kevin Tessier looking to make a centering pass. Almost cut through, but he was knocked off the play by Consigli. Behind the boards it is. Jordan McAdams is there. Can't do anything with it. They keep it in. It's going to be taken off over there now by Flynn. Flynn up ahead to Consigli coming down the left side. They dump it into the corner, and it's going to be waved. Is it an offside or an icing? I think it's an icing. Or is it offside?
I guess we'll tell by where the faceoff is. It is an icing.
And you know, since we mentioned the 2 officials in Tri-Valley League Hockey, you know, there's only one.
Somebody didn't show up
Somebody
tonight.
didn't show up.
He's going to go it alone.
Controlled by no one, shot across. McDonald was there, couldn't get to it, perhaps didn't anticipate it, hard to say. Back they come, this is Mantenuto working his way in, tries to sweep it around. Committee, and a shot goes behind the net. All the way around the boards, it comes, picked off over there by McDonald. Up ahead for Bresnik. Bresnik into the zone. He dumps it around the boards. McDonald is there trying to make a play for Bosworth. Centerman, he's knocked down hard by Mantenuto. And it's still not cleared out of the zone as Tim Klaus takes control. His pass goes all the way across. Now it's De Geer working his way in, centers it across. Martinez cannot convert it. Up against the near boards. It's Committee and skating away with it, goes behind the net. Up ahead now and knocked out of the zone by Steve Bresnik to center ice. Mantenuto is there. They sweep it back in, but John Betty sweeps it out for McDonald. He skates it. He's got it back. This is McDonald working in.
Bosworth.
Bosworth is knocked off the play. Good piece of back checking by Greg Malden, number 11. And it's taken away by Klaus. He has it poked away. Mantenuto is there. Shot. Glove save.
Michael Rochford, his 4th save of the night, and it was a beauty as Mantenuto had a beautiful opportunity, point blank. And Rochford's gloved hand stopped him cold.
10:06 first period, no score. Pretty good opportunity for Bosworth. He was hauled down just a few moments back, no call. Clockers control the draw, being chased down over there by, that was Jamie Britton, 16. Comes behind the net. Lucas tries to keep it in, he overskates it. Couple of Panthers there, coming away with it now is Touche. Touche trying to work his way around Pat Britton, coming in, goes behind the net, tries to center it out in front, knocks it off the back of the net. Controlled back there, now knocked off the stick by Lucas. Lucas flips it to the far boards. Josh Russo is on it, he knocks it back in, and Lucas is there, and he wheels it all the way down, and this is an icing.
Good defensive work by the senior, number 24, Blake Lucas. 9:29 left in the first period, no score, Ashland and Holliston.
Now we've got our second official.
Well, he's only a half an hour.
Not bad. Well, you know, it's 6 o'clock someplace.
Well, there's a lot of traffic out there, too.
In the zone, controlled by no one. Back to the point, it's Browder. His shot is knocked down. John Betty chases it down. He's hit by Consigli behind the net. They clear it out of the zone, but it's going to be controlled at center ice by Browder. 15 chases it down. His pass up ahead. Now they find Haberski on the right wing trying to work his way in. He's knocked off the play by John Betty. It's still clear. Now it comes all the way to the Holliston zone, but it's going to be chased by Tessier, and they call an icing.
I guess you'd have to say Holliston's carried the play.
They have for the last several minutes.
They have the only shots on net. I have them for 4 shots on Mike Rochford. No shots on John Murphy in the Holliston net.
Tough way to play a game without getting a shot on the other guy's goal.
Yeah, well, they've had a few go by him, but nothing that he's had to touch.
No, nothing serious, that's for sure. Mantenuto in to take the draw for Holliston. He controls it, but loses control of it now. Back come the Clockers quickly. This is Bachman chasing it down. It's swept away from him. Lucas stops it. Mantenuto breaks in. Mantenuto, one man to beat. Turns, cuts, he fell. Lucky for Clockers, I believe. His shot went wide. It's chased down in the corner, now up ahead for Bachman. Bachman eludes the back checking, and it comes all the way to the Holliston zone. Defensemen sweep it across, and now up ice for Mantenuto. It's past him, past Lucas, and Lucas clears it away from the mouth of the net, and Mantenuto into forecheck, and he's tough. Now it's cleared to the Holliston zone, but this will be played down there by Tim Klaus's. Clockers change again. They clear it all the way to center ice. As Mantenuto hits it with his stick, it comes all the way back to the Ashland end where it's handled by Rochford, dropped off for his attacking line. The second line is out there. Bresnik lost control. Now it's Pat Britton. He can't control it. Now it comes up to Bresnik. He can't control it. They cannot clear the zone. Now back they come. They've got a 2-on-1. This is Bosworth breaking with McDonald. Bosworth shot, save, rebound goes wide. McDonald couldn't get there. Kept in the zone by John Betty, into the corner, going to be chased down by Bosworth. Bosworth gets a stick on it to keep it in, but it's Mike McKay, number 8, clearing it out of there for Holliston. Consigli, number 3, chasing it down. John Betty gets there. They clear it out of the zone. Back they come.
It's Bresnik.
It was back into the Clocker zone, now chased down by Flynn. His shot is knocked down by John Betty on a nice stick play. Out in front, and it's going to be covered up. I think Bosworth kind of slowed the puck down and left it right on the doorstep, and Mike Rochford pounced on it to cover it up. So 7:18 to go first period, still scoreless.
Third line out for Ashland. Mike Jardine wears number 7. He centers Jamie Britton 16, Brian Kingsbury 4.
Duncan Touche on the draw, along with Jardine. Still in the zone. Hebner is over there, number 7. He's ridden into the boards. They can't move the puck as yet. There are 4 guys down there in the scrum, so to speak. It's still not cleared out by Jardine. Now it is cleared. That was Jamie Britton clearing it down, and again they call icing.
So Ashland's third line is on against Holliston's third line, centered by Colin Toohey, number 16.
Right out in front of the net. That was a shot by Jenkins. I think it was going wide, but Rochford got a skate on it to be sure it went wide. This is Jenkins again, centers it all the way across. Nobody is there. It's chased down by Klaus. It comes to the corner. Comedian wheels it all the way around the boards to the near side.
Heady play.
And back comes Jamie Britton. Britton loses control, chases it into the zone. Jenkins is back there. They clear it up to center ice. John Betty stops it. His pass goes astray, picked off by Hebner. He's trying to send in Jenkins, but it's stopped right at the blue line. Kevin Tessier has it, and he clears it back to the Holliston zone. First line is out. This is Comedian. Comedian clears it to the left side. Bachman chasing it down, but again they clear it to center ice. Now, eluding everybody is Jenkins. He makes a pass. It goes behind the net. Over there for it is Martinez. He can't do anything with it. Martinez again behind the net, looking to make a play. Loses control. Going to be chased down and taken by Ty Stacy, trying to move it up ice. Stacy has got Bachman on his left.
Nice
Tessier in the middle for Bachman, and it was behind him.
Bachman couldn't put the brakes on.
Nope. Tessier made a good pass, and as you said, Bachman just couldn't slow down fast enough, couldn't slow down and get to it. Kept in over on the far side.
Oh, here's a play for Stacy.
Oh, he missed.
Just quick shot. Boy, did he fire a rocket over the net.
Around the boards by Martinez, kept in, trying to make a play over there, but Josh Russo takes control.
Stolen.
This is Tessier. Tessier loses control off his stick. Back they come.
2-on-1.
This is DeGeert. This is Matt Nudo moving in. His shot, stick save, penalty coming up. Or is it the net? Nope, they will call a trip.
I guess Lucas had to trip him. The fear of Mike Mantenuto causes Blake Lucas to spend the next minute and a half in the penalty box. And we have the first penalty of the game with 5:15 left to go in the first period. The Panthers go on the power play. Clockers visitors tonight here in Franklin. This is the home ice of the Holliston Panthers. Clockers in blue, Panthers in white.
Matt Nudo's line is not in there on the power play. Consigli will start it off, drive it back to the point. Klaus' shot in, almost sticked in off the rebound, knocked down in front, and cleared out of the zone.
Giambetti had a beautiful deflection there. Unfortunately, he was on defense.
Bresnik chasing it down. Now it's taken over by Bosworth. And he'll just, he can't drive it in. It's off the pads of Sean Flynn. Now it's driven into the zone. Minute 5 to go on the penalty, and back they come. Klaus, or rather Consigli, trying to, that was Klaus, number 2, trying to pop it in, and his shot was deflected. Puck still at center ice, chased down by Bosworth, and he knocks the stick out of Giambetti's hands somehow or other, and the puck is still at center ice. Consigli chases it down, dumps it in, coming behind the net. Mantenuto is there for it. He gets ridden off the play, still in control, trying to move in, trying to elude Stacy, centering in front, right out in front, shot, just missed.
Swing and a miss.
That was Consigli, and he fanned, otherwise he had it, he had the goal. Clockers control, that was Chris Bosworth icing it down behind the net. So that relieves the pressure. We're inside 20 seconds on the penalty. This may be the last rush for Holliston. Ahead to Consigli, drops it in. Mantenuto chasing it down. Giambetti gets there. Consigli is there with him. Giambetti has him tied up in the corner. We're down to 4 seconds on the penalty. They can't break it loose. This is going to do it on the penalty as Mantenuto wheels, drops it off for Klaus, and he's tied up out there by Stacy on a nice play. Penalty is over. Centered out in front, just eludes everybody, and now a shot in, and it's stopped by Bosworth. Bosworth flopped on it again. With 3:34 to go first period, Clockers have ridden out the penalty, and we're still scoreless.
Good pressure by Holliston Panthers on Michael Rochford, but the Clockers were up to it. Good penalty killing, especially by number 15, Chris Bosworth, and number 30, Greg Giambetti.
Comes to center ice. DeGuerre is on it, loses control. This is Stacy. Stacy looking, Stacy working his way in. Stacy is loose, takes a backhander, it goes wide. The rebound comes to the far corner. Nobody there but white shirts. This is Hebner, number 7. He's ridden off. It's kept in, out along the far boards. Now walking in is Bachman. He's trying to set up Stacy, but it's knocked away into the corner. DeGuerre is there again. Out to center ice it comes, and Lucas is on it. He drives it back in. It'll go behind the net, chased down by Browder, number 15. He wheels it around the boards to Hebner. Kept in on the far side by Pat Britton.
Bachman's got it.
Bachman is there, trying to make a play. Tessie behind the net. Oh, front for Stacy. It went through his legs. Knocked back in by Lucas.
Oh, Stacy. The puck goes through his legs twice.
It was a wicket. Back they come. This is Hebner. Hebner cutting to his left, being taken to the corner by Britton. Tries to move in front, centers it across. Nobody there. Chases down his own pass. Blake Lucas now behind the net. Wheels to the far corner. Up ahead for Tessier. It eludes him. Comes to center ice. And Chris Jenkins with it. Wheels away from the traffic, but it's swept back down into the zone.
Jenkins.
It was swept into the zone by Bachman. And that's an icing. So we'll have another face-off. 2:13 first period. And for what it's worth, I'd say that Ashland has been dodging bullets, but at least they've been successful at dodging.
Yeah. One good thing I see in the last 5 minutes is Ty Stacy's getting the puck.
Yeah.
The first half of the first period, he didn't get the puck at all.
Mantenuto won the draw back to Klaus. His slap shot goes wide. Over on the far point, it's Russo. Russo keeping it in. Comes to center ice. We've got a 2-on-1. Bosworth to McDonald. Bosworth to McDonald. Shot! Glove save! What a save by Murphy! Oh, the big save by Murphy!
Beautiful play. Bosworth and McDonald connecting beautifully. And John Murphy coming up big in the Panther net. Keeps it scoreless with 1:58 left to go in the first period. Giambetti and Comedian on defense. Bosworth, McDonald, and Bresnik.
Bosworth with it out front. McDonald shot, score! Through a screen, McDonald got it!
Jimmy
and
McDonald.
Bosworth's on the ice. I don't know if he hit the post, but he's on the ice holding the inside of his left leg up around the thigh. With any luck, it's a hamstring, but he's hurting.
What a beautiful goal by Jimmy McDonald. With 1:54 left in the first period, he gives the Clockers a 1-0 lead.
Chris Bosworth, he was down. I think he rolled into the goal post, and he's hurting. He's coming off under his own power, so possibly it was just a bruise, but that's a tough spot. You know, right in that area, groin pulls, and those can wreck your year. But the good news is, with 1:54 to go in the first period, Ashland is ahead 1-0. Second line in for the Clockers, first line, excuse me. Stacy wins the draw. Stacy in control. He has to wait for Bachman to clear the zone. Shot, glove save. Well, I'll tell you, Murphy made one of the best saves that we've seen ever, just moments before. But then out of a surge in front, McDonald popped it home, and it's 1-0. That's how quick this game changes.
And goals have been hard to come by in the TVL this year. There haven't been a lot of high-scoring games.
Face off to the glove side of Murphy, controlled by Mike McKay, number 8. He's banged in the corner by Tessier. They steal a puck, comes out in front through the crease and just cleared out. Stopped at center ice by Britton, looking for Stacy. Stacy being harassed by Duncan Touche. They get it into the zone. It comes back to center ice, knocked back in by Britton. Comes behind the net. Klaus chasing it down. 1:20 to go. Bachman is there. They keep it in. Now controlled by Holliston. Stolen by Stacy in front. Shot off the rebound. Just missed. Stacy was saved. And Tessier's rebound on the shot on the rebound went just right of the goalpost. Britton trying to get the deflection in front. It goes wide and a whistle. And a penalty coming up. Is it?
It's either a penalty. It's either a penalty or a timeout.
No, it's a penalty.
Got to be a whistle for some reason.
Yeah. No, it's a penalty.
It's on the goalie. Or is Chris Jenkins going to serve it for himself or for his goaltender? Sudden whistle. Giambetti.
So, Comedian, a slap shot goes high. McDonald on the rebound. It goes to the back dasher. He'll chase it behind the net. Russo gets control out there. It comes out in front. Nobody there. And that was Bosworth looking for the rebound. He couldn't get the stick on it. Behind the net, Josh Russo tries to wheel it around. It comes to the point Committee, and he kicks it back up into the corner. 35 seconds, first period. John Betty in deep, keeps it in the corner, trying to work out in front for McDonald, and his stick is taken off the ice. Nice centering pass by John Betty. Couldn't convert. Behind the net, Bresnik is there, loses control. Kept in at the point by John Betty.
Under 20 seconds.
Nice play by John Betty to keep it in. Now stolen away by Holliston. They'll clear it down, all the way down, with 13 seconds to go in the first period. Comedian skates behind the net, ahead to John Betty. Cross ice it comes. This is Ty Stacy. Long shot, stick save. Falls harmlessly to the corner, and that's going to do it. First period. But at the end of one, it's Ashland 1, Holliston nothing, and we'll be back.
Memorial Rink in Franklin, so the teams will be skating on the same surface for the second period. They don't even go to the locker room, they just stay on the ice. Coach Shillelagh giving very specific instructions to his team between periods. They lead 1-0, and they are on a power play for the next 25 seconds as a result of a tripping penalty on John Murphy.
Called on the goalie.
Goaltender.
Called on the goalie, being served by number 9, Chris Jenkins. The summary in that first period, at 10:45, Blake Lucas was called for tripping, served the penalty, no damage done. At 13:06, the only score of the period, and that was Jim McDonald out in front on a rebound, knocked it in to make it 1-0. The initial shot taken by Chris Bosworth, and Bosworth gets the assist and paid a price as he got hammered. I think he got hammered into one of the goal posts on the inside of the leg, but he's skating down there. He looks fine, but that is something that'll hurt a lot for at least momentarily, and then some.
You don't want anything to happen to Chris Bosworth.
No, of all people.
One of the emerging stars on this Ashland team, only a sophomore.
Yeah. And then
next year, the responsibility that Ty Stacy, number 10, and Kevin Tessier, 17, the senior co-captains feel, will be falling on his shoulders. As there's only one junior on the team, and that's defenseman Greg Giambetti.
And at 13:55, the tripping call whistled against the goalie, being served by Jenkins. So we'll have a power play for 23 seconds to start this off. We're underway, and they knock it into the cheap seats. So we'll have another face-off. So this will be inside the Holliston zone to the stick side of John Murphy. Stacy on the draw, controls it. John Betty sweeps it into the corner. It comes behind the net, chased down over there by Tim Klaus. Wheels it all the way around. Comedian at the point. He stops, knocks it back up for Stacy. Stacy wheels, trying to work his way in. His shot is knocked down, gets it back. Out in front, looking for Tessier. Tessier can't find it between his skates. The penalty is over as Stacy controls it back up into the corner for Tessier, working his way in. Right across for Bachman. He couldn't get the stick on it, and it's cleared all the way out. This will be icing.
Called off.
No, it was called off because it zipped right past the defenseman. They say he could have stopped it. Don't know how. Anyway, here's Tessier on the wing.
If he had a net, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Hit down here by Sean Flynn. They sweep it in. Trying to center it across over there was Britton. Couldn't do it. Back they come. Mantenuto in. Shot, score!
Just like that. You don't want to give that kid a breakaway. He's the leading scorer on the Panthers, and he showed what he could do right there as he walked in on Michael Rochford, hit a beautiful shot high into the net.
So, 57 seconds into the second period, it's tied up.
Now we see Chris Bosworth.
Bosworth is out, so he's okay. Actually controls the draw. Back it comes to Lucas. Lucas clears it into the zone. Being chased down over there by McDonald. He can't get to it. They clear it out. Lucas again with it. Pops it back in on net, but it's offside. The play was offside, so.
First period saves, Paul. 7 for Michael Rochford in the Ashland net, and 6 for John Murphy in the Holliston net.
Mantenuto's goal, too, worked his way in and waited for Rochford to make the first move. He went down, and Mantenuto shot it high just under the crossbar. So it's 1-1. Mantenuto's back out there. He's in control. He loses now. It's swept in by Bresnik, but chased down by Klaus. He clears it out. Up ahead, looking for Britton, goes over his stick, but Bosworth is there to sweep it away back to center ice, where it's controlled by McKay, who clears it back in. Lucas down in the corner, looking for the hit down there from Martinez. He eludes him. Kicks it ahead. Mantenuto kicks it back in. Martinez behind the net, works his way out, and it's going to be covered up by Bosworth.
.21 left to go, the second period, tie game. Ashland 1, Holliston 1. This game being played on Wednesday, January 29th, 1997.
Mantenuto with the long shift. He wins the draw, in tight to John Betty. Mantenuto is there, comes up with it into the corner, wheels, trying to make a play, and a whistle. And again, the net came loose. So the face-off will be right to the stick side of Mike Rochford. Mantenuto and Bosworth are there. Controlled by nobody. Bosworth wins it, and it's flipped up against the glass, skipped in. Mantenuto fighting for it, can't get there, swept away. Now back they come. Bresnik with it, sends Bosworth away. Winds up the long slap shot. It's knocked down and goes harmlessly astray. Bresnik with it, sweeps it all the way across, where Holliston covers it over. Comedian now at center ice. Across the line, takes the long shot, gloved in front by Murphy, and cleared all the way down the ice. And this will be icing.
Good hard shot by Keith Comedian, number 2, the sophomore. Moved back to defense this year.
That struck me as odd that they iced the puck in that particular instance.
Unless he thought he was going to get it on goal, the pressure didn't seem that intense.
Well,
sometimes they'll do it if the pressure is really intense for an extended period. They'll say, let's get it out of here and start over. But
Jardine's line out for Ashland now, controlled by Hebner, number 7, and swept back into the zone by Jamie Britton. Klaus is on it behind the net for Holliston, cuts right in front of the net. He's going to rush up ice with it. Has 2 guys to beat. Long shot in behind the net. It comes. On the rebound is Hebner. Sweeps it across in front, and again Bosworth has to glove it.
Number 7, Jeff Hebner, had a nice chance as that puck came right off the boards, right onto his stick.
No, that's what you call nonchalance. As
he didn't get a great shot off, no.
No, but nevertheless, the Ashland defense let up just long enough.
Yeah, they weren't there.
They weren't there, and he was all alone with a hockey puck, which is what you don't want to do. So the draw to the glove side of Rochford, controlled by Bachman. Bachman has it knocked away from him by Consigli. To center ice it comes, and into the zone. That was Haberski rather. He has it knocked off his stick. Haberski is there to keep it in, sweeps it to the corner. Lucas is on it.
Haberski showing some moves and some speed.
They keep it in. It's Klaus. Klaus wheels it to the corner. Behind the net it goes. Pat Britton has to go back for it. Misfired on the pass as Haberski is there again. Number 13 knocked away. Out in front is Flynn. Drops it off. Haberski shot, score!
Ken Haberski, living up to my praise of him, keeps working hard, kept getting the puck, and finally hit a beautiful shot from about 25 feet. It goes over the right shoulder of Michael Rochford, and the Holliston Panthers have taken a 2-1 lead with 11:42 left to go in the second period.
So, Ashland facing their first deficit of the evening. Jean Betty sweeps it in. It's covered down there by Holliston, and back they come. That was Russo, number 10. He drops it off, and Malden almost walked in with it, but he's finally cleared off the play. They sweep it back to the Holliston end. Chasing it down is Browder. Browder gets there. He's got Bresnik in his shirt. Browder falls down, gets up, knocked back down, drops it off for Russo. Russo cuts behind the net. He's met over there by McDonald, but regains control of it. Up ahead it comes to McKay, out to center ice, where it's cleared back in by Comedian. Goes to the near corner, taken behind the net now by Russo. He drops it off, comes to the corner again, but cleared by Holliston, and back they come. Holliston on the puck, and that was Greg Malden who took the hit, but they wrap it to the corner. Now it's cleared out of there by Bresnik, but Holliston controls, almost sending away Martinez, but it went over his stick. And again, at their own line, Holliston controls. This is Malden trying to work his way in. He's flattened by Comedian. Comes behind the net. Martinez is there, drops it out in front, and finally it's swept to the boards by Bosworth, and they clear it down to the Holliston end. Retreating on it is Browder. Browder goes behind the net, and he's clobbered down there by Bachman, and they're going to call a penalty on Bachman, I believe. Yes, a charge maybe?
Arman just on the ice. He's going to go out for the next minute and a half as the Panthers go on the power play. 10:17 left. Second period, Holliston 2, Ashland 1.
Oh, very quickly, the complexion of this game changing.
Nothing like a goal
to
turn things around
and with a power play for dessert.
Get the adrenaline going.
Matt Nudo is out there, chased into the zone by Tessier. He's doubled up. Matt Tenuto was there to knock him off the play, and Tim Klaus, number 2, behind the net, is being chased around. They clear it out, and Lucas sweeps it back in. Down to 10 minutes to go, second period. Holliston leading in the game 2-1.
Lucas, Stacy, Tessier, and Pat Britton.
Look at Haberski right at the blue line, trying to work his way in, but the pass is stolen away. They can't clear it to the Holliston zone, but Klaus has to retreat and try and regroup. We're inside a minute on the penalty. Cleared in by Panthers. Back for it is Pat Britton. Clears it to the point, but not out. Kept in down there by Consigli. Across to Klaus. Still kept in. Klaus sweeps it to the corner. Haberski chasing it down. It goes between his legs as he takes a hit from Lucas to Consigli. Back into the corner. Mantenuto. Mantenuto looking out in front. Shot! And it's deflected wide off a skate, but they set up one of the forwards who was cutting. They did a good job of it. Didn't see his number momentarily. It was Consigli. They set him up, and he just missed. 23 seconds to go on the penalty. Back they come. This is Haberski sending away Consigli. He's knocked off the play. Back to the point it comes. Kept in by Russo. Across to Klaus. His slap shot. High shot. Glove save. I think it was too high to be a shot, actually, but Rochford put the glove up and stopped it in mid-flight. So we have 11 seconds to go on the power play. and a face-off. Again, right in Rochford's face, right at the glove side. Bosworth's line is in to try and kill off the remainder of this thing. Out in front, a 2-on-1. Mantenuto shot, and it's smothered. That wasn't Mantenuto, excuse me, that was Touche, 16, but it was smothered by Rochford. Touche, Hevner, and Jenkins out there with 4 seconds to go on the power play. So they do the little dance. It comes to the corner. The power play is over. Klaus's shot deflected in front. Comedian behind the net. Both teams at full strength. Now they clear it out. This is Bresnik. Bresnik, his shot is knocked down. It was a clearing pass, knocked down by Klaus in the zone. And Holliston in control. Klaus across to Russo. Russo in control as it was overskated by Bresnik. Bosworth is there. He can't do anything with it. A 3-on-2. Klaus coming deep. Knocked off the play by John Betty on a nice check. They center it out in front. Rochford stops it. And it's taken away by Bresnik, but he can't clear it out. Now it's cleared to center ice. Bosworth tried to get to it, overskated it, and it's knocked back in. Bosworth stops the puck behind the net. John Betty is there. He's knocked off the play by Jenkins. They fight for it. Now Bosworth gets it free. Can't clear the zone, and it's centered right in front. But Comedian stops it, and he can't clear it out either. Kept in by McKay. Bosworth now finally clears it to center ice as he had a notion to send away McDonald. Wasn't meant to be as Holliston sweeps it back around the boards. Comedian is on it. He's hit by McKay, who keeps it in.
Steady pressure by the Panthers.
Unrelenting at this point. As John Betty now sends away Bosworth. Bosworth eludes one man. Bosworth into the zone. One guy to beat. Has it knocked off his stick. Bosworth trying to do it alone and had it knocked away. Now a shot from the ice level taken by Bosworth, but goes nowhere. Behind the net now is Tessier trying to center it in front. Can't make a play as Mantenuto is back. He clears it to center ice, where it's controlled by Clockers, and they try to send away Tessier. He's knocked down. Puck is still in the zone. Stacy fighting for it down there. Now it's skated away by Mantenuto, who loses it behind him. Comes back to the zone all the way behind the net, chased down by Browder. Bachman in the corner. Hit by Browder. They try to tie it up. It's loose. Tessier is there. He has it knocked off his stick by Mantenuto. That was a centering play by Bachman that went no place, and back they come. This is Mantenuto eluding Stacy. Back to Mantenuto. He shifts. He goes by Britton, still in control. Fans on the shot. He's hauled down by Stacy, but I think Stacy will get away with that one. As Tessier comes back, he's hooked by Malden. No call as they clear it in, and Clockers will change on the fly. 6:20 to go. Second period. Intercepted down there by Jamie Britton. Tries to center it out for Kingsbury. It's knocked away from him. In the corner, it's Malden. And this one comes to the officials' box.
Long time on the ice for the Tyler Stacy line as they finally get a rest. As Coach Bob Shillelagh wants the next goal. 2-1 Holliston, 6:09 left in the second period. And the Jardine line will be on now, with Comedian and Giambetti on defense. Mike Jardine, number 7. He's just a freshman.
He wins the draw, but Holliston controls. Jardine puts a check into Sean Flynn over there. They keep it in. Comedian lines up a slap shot, has it knocked off his stick. Back they come. This is Consigli. Consigli in a race. Consigli is knocked down. The puck is swept away.
Comedian.
He tried to thread the needle in between two defenders. He got knocked down. Consigli on it again, knocks it behind the net and trying to set up Russo. Russo was checked. Back to the point. Klaus's shot is a long pass to the corner. Russo is on the rebound. It goes behind the net. Kaburski chases it down, centers it in front. Consigli trying to get a stick on it, and he's checked out of there as Rochford goes
for the
down.
Dive and missed the puck.
He missed. Shot from the point by Russo is knocked down in the pads. Up for Consigli. Centers out in front and just misconnected with Haburski, or else that would have been goal number 3. Haburski was set up in the crease, but the pass went by him. A lot of hitting down there now as Jardine is on it. He takes a pop from Sean Flynn. John Betty kicks it along into the corner. Chasing it down is Jamie Britton. He falls down. And again, Holliston keeps it in. We're inside 5 minutes. They can't clear it out. It comes to Klaus at the point. He keeps it in at the blue line. Clears it up into the corner. Sean Flynn is there. Unrelenting pressure now by Holliston. Finally cleared away by Ashland. As both teams clearing on the fly and almost sent somebody in scot-free as Sean Flynn was camped at the Ashland blue line and nobody else on the ice. And but for the fact, really, that the pass was too hard, he would have been in alone. And instead, it's an icing, luckily for Ashland.
I think Coach Bob Shillelagh got stuck with his third line out there for much longer than he intended, as relentless Holliston pressure and no whistles kept it that way. And now a well-rested Bosworth line is on.
Behind the net, it's Browder. He's knocked off the play, controlled by Malden, hit by Bosworth. Still in the zone. Bosworth trying to wheel in front, loses it to Mantenuto. Back he comes, has nobody with him. Lucas tries to take him deep. He pulls up short, loses the puck off his stick, can't regain control of it, and it's taken off now by Bosworth. Bosworth with a 2-on-2, working his way in. Tries to make a centering pass. It's knocked off the defenseman's skates. That was McKay, number 8. In the zone now, it's controlled by Bresnik walking in front. His shot is deflected high and wide of the net. Bresnik chasing it down in the corner. He gets there with McKay, taken away by Holliston, but cleared to Bosworth. Tries a slap shot, knocked down, out in front. Holliston will take it away. That was Mantenuto knocking it down. Here's Mantenuto, his shot. High and away, goes to the back glass, rebound to the far boards, and this is Lucas. Lucas coming up ice, clears it in on net. Murphy has to make a save. It comes to the corner. Bachman is there trying to center it, knocked down in front by Browder sliding across the front of the net, and now Holliston can't clear. It's kept in at the point by Lucas. The puck is free, rolling to the corner, chased by Browder. And they can't move it out. Now the territorial edge to Ashland for the moment as Stacy is there, trying to slide behind the net, but Mantenuto all over him, back checking very, very well behind the net, and Browder has control. And now Mantenuto, as they run into each other, the puck rolls free.
Good forechecking by Ashland.
Very good at this point. And now it's cleared to center ice. Stacy is there, wheels around, working his way in, shot off the pads. That was McKay, number 8, off his pads, and McKay clears it to the Ashland zone. This will be icing. Well, 2:34 to go, second period. And Ashland down, but by no means out, as they had the big territorial edge for the last couple of minutes, but could not convert.
They've picked it up a little here in the waning moments of the second period. Most of this period, it's been all Holliston.
Control by Holliston. They can't clear the zone yet. It's kept in by McDonald trying to kick it along. Now it's cleared to center ice. Holliston controls, but it's popped back into their zone, trying to send away Jenkins, but the puck is knocked down by John Betty, and Greg clears it back to the Ashland zone. Tim Klaus chasing it down. He can't clear it out. Now they do. It comes to center ice. John Betty is on it. He sweeps it into the corner, and that's icing.
So, faceoff's going to come all the way back to the left of Mike Rochford.
And it'll be Touche and Bosworth on the draw. They drop the puck. It's just laying there. Now it's controlled by Bosworth to the corner. They can't clear it out. Klaus's shot goes wide. Nobody there for deflection. And the shot was wide from the point, almost through the wickets by Joe Daguerre, number 4, but it's covered up by by Rochford. Inside 2 minutes, 2-1. Holliston leads it. Second period.
Every save important, as the teams really haven't had that many shots on goal, only about 10 each.
Stacy line is out.
As we're in the waning moments of the second period.
With Mantenuto. Mantenuto overskates it. Stacy clears it out of the zone. Bachman is over there, but he's ridden off by Haberski on a nice move. Now they clear it into Holliston's end, but back to center ice it comes as Consigli is down here. Here's Mantenuto trying to thread his way in. Goes by one defenseman, and it's finally sticked away by Rochford. He had to do it himself. As it's cleared now all the way to the Holliston end. This will be icing again.
Another anxious moment. Rochford stuck that big stick as far as it could go. He extended it and knocked it away.
Well, you can't let Mantenuto or anybody else cut between two defensemen and walk to the net. I mean, that just isn't done.
He's very dangerous.
And he did it that time. He just did what he wanted to with Comedian and John Betty and was just walking in. Now they changed the defenseman as they send in Britton and Lucas. They have to, I think, and Lucas gets control of it. Up to Bachman it comes. They have a 2-on-2. Tessier down the right side. Bachman just dumps it in there. It comes behind the net. Tessier can't control it. Bachman is there trying to make a play, but it's skated off by Flynn. Kept in now, and Stacy is there. Stacy loses control, and back they come. That was Mantenuto sending away Consigli. Has it knocked off his stick? He does.
Nice poke check.
Lucas clears it. Inside a minute, looking for Tessier in front. Stacy is there. Comes to the corner with it. He has Consigli all over him. Mantenuto belts him for good measure. Tessier walking away with it. Centers it out in front off Bachman's skate. And Stacy's shot was right on, and a big glove save by Murphy.
Stacy had the backhander.
He had the backhander. And he found a hole, but all of a sudden Murphy's glove was there.
The Panthers softening up Ty Stacy in the corner the last 2 times down the ice. They've had 2 men hit him. But he sprung free, glided in front of the net, and got the backhand opportunity he was waiting for. But John Murphy stopped it.
44 seconds to go in this second period as Bosworth battling for it, but loses control, comes to center ice. It's a 2-on-1. Now Bresnik is back, cutting in, and the shot taken by Martinez from the point, a shot across as Rochford left a very dangerous rebound, is for sure. Now Clocker's control, it's cleared to center ice by Comedian with 22 seconds to go. McDonald trying to make a move. He'll be taken to the boards by Browder. Comedian goes down. Bosworth is there, can't center it out, controlled by Russo behind the net, and trying to send away his line mates for one last rush.
5 seconds.
Comes to the near boards with 4 seconds to go. Clockers clear it in. This should do it, and it will do it. At the end of 2, the score is Holliston 2, Ashland 1, and we'll be back.
Okay, we're back for the 3rd and final period. No overtime in the Tri-Valley League. Holliston 2, Ashland 1. Holliston with 2 goals in that second period to assume the lead. And it's up to John Murphy and Mike Rochford now to hold the fort as the Holliston Panthers carried the play pretty much in that second period, but the Clockers came back at the end to put some pressure on John Murphy. My stats show Michael Rochford with 13 saves and John Murphy with 11. So a very close game in all aspects. As we get set for the 3rd period, Stacy against Haberski. On the face-off.
Haberski with the go-ahead goal, and he wins it, but controlled by Lucas. They can't clear it away, however. Now they sweep it into the zone. And it's Bachman retreating to the corner. Bachman with it. Has it knocked away by Russo, number 10. Back they come, up ahead to Consigli, number 3. Across, trying to send them away, but they put it right in on net, and Rochford has the plop on it. As Josh Russo just popped it in there. And Rochford had a pounce on it. It was headed for the goal crease, and he had Consigli looking him right in the eyes.
Mantenuto and Haberski with the second period goals for Holliston. Jim McDonald has Ashland's goal.
Bachman is there, takes a wrap from Klaus, as they're doing a pretty good job of forechecking. That was a difference in the second period, I thought. In any case, this is Consigli. Consigli trying to make a move. Dumps it in. Britton clears, goes after it down in the corner. He's chased by Sean Flynn. They come behind the net. Comes back up the near boards, but not out. Now it's cleared as Stacy tries to get away with it. Haberski put a stick across him and slowed him down some. Back they come. Klaus clears it in. Stick save. Dropped it off. That was Britton. And it comes all the way to the Holliston end. McKay retreats. Has McDonald trying to forecheck. Stops, eludes McDonald, and clears it to center ice. Swept back in by Lucas. Has to wait for the team to clear. It's taken over by Holliston. They clear it to center ice. Mantenuto is out there, folks. And that was Martinez making a check on Bresnik. They do sweep it to the corner, however, and Malden is down there. Clockers can't control it. Back comes Montenuto. Let's see if he tries to split those defensemen again. He comes wide, eludes Giambetti. He falls and sweeps it through the crease, and again, Rochford has to pounce on it. Giambetti fell.
Mike Mantenuto, very dangerous.
Right, and Mantenuto somehow skated past it, and he went down. But nevertheless, managed to make a centering pass right across the crease.
You hate to see him get the puck with so much open ice.
Rochford plopped on it, but again, the face-off right down next to him with 13:25 to go in the game. They squeeze it up against the boards, trying to work it loose. Martinez is down there. Klaus is down there. Mantenuto comes away with it, takes a hit from Bresnik. He's knocked down, out in front, shot. Glove save, and again, falling on the rebound is Rochford. The shot by Malden, number 11, was right on. Rochford stopped it with the glove, dropped it, and then had to fall on it in the crease.
Beautiful,
so we'll get another face-off.
Mike Martinez, ball 18. Beautiful,
oh, yeah.
pass, right on the blade.
Right on the stick. That's the way to do it. So Holliston with the territorial edge here in the third period, 13-12 to go. They've got the lead, so they don't have to score, folks. All they have to do is sit and wait, really. Touche's line is on. He wins the draw, comes back to the point. Now it's going to be cleared up, but not out by Jardine. Taken away by Touche, works his way in, shoots it wide. Heading back for the point, Daguerre keeps it in. And now Lucas retreats with it behind the net. Clears it up the boards, not out, as Kingsbury now clears it to center ice. It's taken over by Russo, however, in his own end. And he sweeps it to center ice. Lucas clears it in. Josh Russo behind the net. Kingsbury into forecheck, but to no avail. And this is Touche, 16, as he's hit down there by one of the clockers. Now Jenkins comes behind, drops it off. As Martinez, or Touche rather, chasing it down, can't get there, and Lucas has to clear it out from in front of the net. Right out in front, and shot over the net by Touche. Big chance for Touche, and he shot it over the crossbar. Now it's cleared out by Ashland, all the way down to the Holliston end, and it'll be icing again. No, they wave it off. The goaltender made the sign for icing, and I thought he knew something, but I guess not. As they change quickly, it's down in the Holliston end. Tessier and Stacy are down there fighting for it. Puck comes loose. Stacy has it, he loses it from out in between his skates, and coming away with it is Flynn. He's hit by Comedian as he fires it into the corner. It comes around the boards up ahead for Bachman. Bachman can't clear it out of the zone, as the forechecking is just simply relentless, as that was Consigli down there forechecking. They sweep it around again. Tessier takes a belt from Sean Flynn over on the far side, drops it off for Comedian, and Comedian comes behind the net, clears it up ahead for Giambetti. Giambetti looks for Bachman, finds him. Bachman sends it away to center ice, but it's stopped there by Consigli right down below us. They clear it away this time, and it's McKay. McKay trying to send away Sean Flynn, who fires it in. It goes behind the net. We're down to about 11 minutes to go in this game. And so far, there's been a lot of harmlessness going on, at least from Holliston's point of view, as Ashland needs to mount an offensive quickly. They send Bachman away. He sweeps it into the zone as they're going to change quickly. Tessier is there, tries to center it out. It's overskated by Bosworth and fired back in.
Offside.
The play was offside, absolutely, but it wasn't touched by a Holliston player. But it'll nevertheless be, it's going to be down in the Ashland end.
Wow.
I think they're going to call that an intentional offside, perhaps.
Pat Britton fired it on goal, but
it wasn't an icing. He wasn't that far away, but it was right on goal. In any case, this is Mantenuto, and he fires one just wide over the net. The long rebound all the way to center ice as McDonald is down there battling for it. Russo is there, clears it away. Kept in now by McDonald. McDonald is knocked off the play by Martinez. And this is Russo with it. Russo cuts in front of his net. Up to Mantenuto. It's off his stick, kept in the zone. As Bresnik was leveled, it was right at his feet, but he was just hammered down on a good check by Russo. And now it comes to center ice, almost stolen away, as Holliston has the advantage, no doubt about it. Up ahead to Martinez, to Mantenuto, into the corner. It's taken off his stick by Lucas, who clears it to center ice. Bresnik is down to try and get to the puck. He can't do it. Now to Mantenuto with Lucas there. Dukes out Lucas, shot! And somehow he missed the net. I don't know how. Big save by Rochford. The rebound went behind the net. Russo with it. Russo wheeling into the corner. Drops it from Mantenuto. Working his way around. Takes a big hit from Bosworth. Nice check by Chris Bosworth, but Mantenuto again, and he falls behind the net. Luckily for Ashland somehow. It's wheeled down the boards now, and back they come. This is McDonald. McDonald dumps it into the zone, and they're going to change up. So Mantenuto's line is off. That's the good news for Clockers, but they still need to score. Stolen out in front, McAdams. And McAdams can't work his way in, but a nice steal by the kid. They clear it now to center ice. It comes. This is Mantenuto. Mantenuto winds up, fakes the shot. He eludes the defense, shoots it in, and a whistle. I thought I heard a whistle. It's tough to tell with the earphones on, but apparently it's an offside.
A very late one, huh?
Yeah.
Well, you know, the Tyler Stacy line did not score their last game. No goal here tonight or any points tonight. So if you're Holliston, you're thinking you can't keep these guys off the boards 2 games in a row. If I were Ashland, I'd be worried about number 3, Ryan Consigli. He's a consistent point scorer all year long for the Panthers, and he's got nothing tonight.
Habursky, or McKay rather, chasing it down behind the net.
So let's see what happens.
Now sending away Flynn as he's checked. And a late check on John Betty after the whistle. And what happened is there's some cheerleaders paraphernalia that came over the glass and onto the ice surface. That's why they blew the whistle. And John Betty reacted to it and let up just for a second and took a whack. So
no penalty. The dangerous Ken Habursky, 13, takes the face-off for Holliston.
That was Consigli trying to work his way in front. Back to Klaus. The slap shot into a screen is knocked down in front as Tessier tries to clear it out of there, but Consigli poke checks it off his stick. Here he is again at the blue line, loses, comes back to the Holliston blue line where they control. Now at the Ashland zone, breaking in is Flynn, knocked off the play by Stacy. And passed across now for Tessier. Tessier tries to come up ice. He's whacked by McKay. They collide, but it's controlled by Holliston. Back it comes to center ice. We're inside 8 minutes. Knocked to the zone. Pat Britton knocks it down. Rochford controls it behind the net, trying to send away McAdams or anybody, but they can't clear the zone as yet. Lucas is back there now, and he clears the puck to center ice. As again, Clockers change up on the fly. It's dumped back in, and Pat Britton is there to take control of it. He clears it to center ice, but Greg Malden is there, and back it comes into the Ashland zone. Now trying to send away the wings, but the pass comes to the end of the backboards. In the corner now, it's Bresnik. Bresnik trying to fight his way to the puck, but Russo takes control and clears it back around from Malden. Malden trying to send away Mantenuto, who's taken down over there by Comedian on a nice check. Across it comes to Martinez, and Martinez is hit by Comedian. A long shot goes to the glass harmlessly as Bosworth drops back behind the net, takes control, sweeps it up around the boards. It's going to come to the Holliston zone, but they wave off the icing as Josh Russo retreats, and he sweeps it all the way around to Martinez. Martinez trying to send away Mantenuto. He's dumped by Bosworth. Could have been a call, but he gets away with it, I guess. Mantenuto again working his way over the blue line. He eludes the check by Bosworth. Comedian finds him. He goes to the corner. John Betty is there to sweep it away. They drop it now for Bosworth. They can't clear it out yet. Now Bresnik does to the Holliston zone, but nobody there but Russo. We're inside 6.5 minutes as they clear it down to the Ashland zone, and that's going to be icing. So the Clockers catch a break as the puck was iced, so they'll get the face-off way back in front of John Murphy. 6:19 to go in the hockey game. Holliston leading at 2-1.
Coach Shillelagh keeping his first line on. This is an important face-off for Ashland and a good opportunity for them. Tyler Stacy, number 10, will take it. He's got Bachman and Tessier on his wings.
Puck is dropped. That was Habursky. But it's controlled by nobody up against the boards. Now Habursky with it. He clears it down into the Ashland end. Consigli chasing it down with John Betty up ahead for Tessier. He overskates it. It comes in front. They can't clear it out. Now it's back to the backboards behind the net. Comedian has to retreat and play the puck up to Bachman. It's knocked away by Klaus. Klaus in the corner with it deep. Comedian is there, sends it out in front. Consigli just missed.
Nice pass by Tim Klaus, number 2, to Ryan Consigli.
Back we come as Bachman is hammered down by Klaus. That could have been a high stick as he was really taken down. And not a good play, but in any case,
by Giambetti.
Tessier shot. Oh! Left the rebound off the glove, and it's swept away by McKay.
Excellent chance for Kevin Tessier.
Was indeed. Back comes Klaus. Klaus at center ice through traffic, loses control, and John Betty sweeps it into the Holliston zone. Tessier is there on the move, has a control shot. Score! Score as Murphy went down and Tessier put it in the net.
Kevin Tessier, the senior co-captain. And Mr. July comes up big in January, as he's tied this game up with 5:25 left to go. It's now Ashland 2 and Holliston 2. John Murphy beside himself in the Holliston net. His teammates try to encourage him. And there's not much of a celebration period in these high school games. It's right to the face-off.
Yeah, and hang on.
And here comes Bosworth's line now.
Clocker's control as Bresnik is back there. That's McDonald back off to Bresnik. Bresnik loses, and you were right about one thing. That first line wasn't going to be shut out for 2 straight games. This is Mantenuto. Mantenuto swept away by Lucas on a nice play. Retreating is Malden. Malden to the backboards. Mantenuto was there. Lucas is all over him. Here's Malden again trying to work his way around, and he's hauled down by Lucas. Lucas in control. Up ahead for McDonald. They clear it to center ice into the Holliston zone. Russo retreating. Bresnik is there. They leave it at center ice. Swept into the zone by Britton as Clockers had to clear. They'll change again. They're changing frequently.
Bob Shillelagh getting the Tyler Stacy line back on the ice.
This is Mantenuto. Has John Betty and Comedian again. Let's see what he does. Comedian takes him off the play. Mantenuto in control. Shot across. I think there was a save, but the rebound comes across harmlessly.
Right across the crease.
I think that Rochford got something on it.
He elected to pass.
As you can see the action down in front of us as Russo went hard into the boards back there. Mantenuto now sending away Martinez. Overskates it. Taken away by Stacy and cleared to the Holliston end by Comedian.
Murphy
almost made another big mistake, but not quite. John Betty overskates it, or fans on his clearing pass. It comes to the Ashland zone. Comedian being chased down by Consigli. Can't do anything with it. Klaus's shot knocked down off the pads of Bachman on a nice play. Consigli again in the corner. Comedian knocks him down. A good check, good back check by Comedian. Back he comes.
Wing to wing.
Across for Tessier. They'll change. They'll change right away. As it comes to the backboards, DeGuerre is there to clear it up. Comes to center ice. Clockers will control. This is Bresnik. Knocked off the play by Consigli. They have to wait for Consigli to clear as Flynn takes it into the corner, and he's belted. Klaus clears it up into the Ashland end. As Holliston was far offside, now they'll change, and back comes Clockers. This is Lucas clearing it in. To the backboards it goes. Klaus clears it away. Lucas keeps it in, has it knocked off the stick by Bosworth. He had to drop his stick. His stick is broken. His stick is on the ice. Bosworth turns, takes a big shot, and a stick saved down there by Murphy.
Good quick shot.
Comes to center ice. Lucas is there, clears it back in.
That's way offside.
Well, it was a delayed offside. It's waved. This is Bosworth. He dekes. He shoots it wide. Just missed on the stick side. Great decoy by Bosworth, and he just missed on the stick side. Tessier is there. The big shot is knocked down, but the save made by Murphy. Bosworth goes to the corner. He has Daguerre all over him. Tessier comes away with it. Being checked by Touche. Tessier can't make a move as he's double teamed down in the corner. He falls. And Daguerre sticks it around. John Betty keeps it in the corner deep. John Betty with it, trying to work it in. It's taken off his stick. Bachman is there, working on Touche. And still no whistle. Finally, it's banged loose. And not cleared yet. Tessier is there. His shot is wide. Now it's all clockers. Bachman setting up Tessier. And the centering pass is knocked down. And back they come. It's 2-on-2. This is Touche. And Consigli going deep. John Betty is on him, and John Betty nails him against the boards, and Stacy skates it out.
Open ice.
He's got a 3-on-2. This is Stacy, his shot, glove save Murphy, and he hangs on.
Big save by John Murphy against Ashland's best, Tyler Stacy, who got some open ice in his own end, took it across the center line, took it into the zone, and got a good hard shot on John Murphy, who stopped it. The score stays 2-2, 1:40 left to go. And a timeout.
And the timeout is called.
I think each team has one. There's going to be a timeout here with 1:40 left to go in the game. Ashland 2, Holliston 2. And what has been a tremendous hockey game, as the stars of both teams, Tyler Stacy and Kevin Tessier for Ashland, coming up big here in the third period, getting the Clockers back even. After Holliston's best, Mike Mantenuto and Ken Habersky had given the Panthers a 2-1 lead. Ashland's first goal by freshman sensation Jim McDonald. Clockers a young team, just one junior on the squad, 6 or 7 seniors, and a lot of sophomores, freshmen, and 8th graders. So a good future ahead of them.
I think it's going to be a fun team to watch in years to come, although this is pretty good fun tonight.
Yeah, this could be a big point for Ashland. It gets them one step closer. Even a tie here gets them one step closer to the tournament. They missed out by 1 point last year, and they don't want that to happen this year.
Nope.
They need 6 more, and they've got 8 games to get it. 2 points for a win, 1 for a tie.
So everybody gets a breath of fresh air, and back out they come. And are they saving Mantenuto, or is that, yeah, Mantenuto's out there. Of course he's out there.
He's not taking the face-off.
Now,
They're using Habersky.
And Stacy in front, almost walking in was Bachman. Stacy is there, he's knocked down, centers it in front, taken away by Holliston. Back they come. Back they come. This is Klaus. Drives it to the boards. Mantenuto is there as it took a funny bounce.
What a bounce.
And Rochford had to stop it.
Now the Panther defense has got to do a little something different. 3 or 4 times now the defensemen have brought the puck right out in front of John Murphy and then turned it over to Ashland, giving them great scoring chances.
Lucas controls it, 1:24 to go. Mantenuto in his face. Back they come, and Stacy is knocked down. No call. Tessier, the big shot, knocked down in the pads of Klaus. Klaus clears it out, and it's driven back in by Britton to the back dasher. Retreating forward is Russo, down to 1:09. They clear it up ahead to Martinez. Martinez across for you-know-who. Mantenuto working on Britton, goes by him, but it's controlled over there by Stacy, and they don't clear it out of the zone. It's still down there as Tessier is battling for it along there. It's controlled by Holliston again. Mantenuto has it stick checked, poke checked away. Into the corner is Russo, 45 seconds to go. Tessier with it, and he clears it all the way down. This will be icing again. So, with 41 seconds to go, we'll have the face-off down to the stick side of Mike Rochford.
And Coach Bob Shillelagh,
not what you want,
turning over this last 40 seconds to Chris Bosworth, number 15, Keith Comedian, number 2, Jim McDonald, number 19, Steve Bresnick, 14, And Pat Britton, number 9, is it? But now there's going to be another. Is it going to be a timeout?
No, they're changing up again.
It is a timeout.
It's a timeout. Okay.
So let's see what Coach Shillelagh has in mind. With 41.2 seconds. Everything is in tenths of a second now as you get down to the final minute in all sports, except, of course, baseball.
Well, what's interesting, too, and...
Do you think they'll ever go to hundredths of a second?
Oh, yeah, sure. It's going to matter. But the issue in hockey, remember, I don't understand why they go to tenths of a second. You're either out of time or you're not.
Well, fan excitement, I
That
guess.
must be it.
Or you don't want that slow home thumb on the clock.
I suppose, but in any case, in ice hockey, bear in mind that if it were to come down to the last nanosecond when somebody gets a shot off, the puck would have to completely clear the goal line before the whistle blows.
Unlike basketball. You just got to let it go. Yeah, right.
But not in this game. So, it's been a great game so far. There are 41 seconds left, and you got to say it ain't over.
Ashland is going to have to hold off the Panthers here, at least in the early part of this remaining 41 seconds, as the faceoff will be to the right of Mike Rochford, who's had a great game again. 17 saves on the night. And John Murphy equally good, 16 for him.
And both coaches going with the iron.
And Coach Shillelagh uses that timeout to get his first line rested and back out there.
Mantenuto is in on this draw against Stacy. It's at their feet. Swept to the back dasher. Going after it is Consigli. He's belted back there by John Betty. Now it's tied up by Comedian. Comedian in the corner. We're down to 30 seconds. Mantenuto with it, trying to make a play. He's knocked down by Comedian. Stacy is in all over him, and they clear it to center ice.
Brilliant play by Ty Stacy.
For it is Russo. Now to Klaus. 19 seconds to go. Time for another rush. Mantenuto chasing Comedian into the corner. He sticks it ahead for Bachman. Bachman can't clear the zone
now
breakaway! Breakaway, Tessier! Watch it, folks! Watch it! Shot! Score!
Kevin Tessier, the senior co-captain. One of the biggest goals of his illustrious Ashland High School hockey career. And with 2.3 seconds left, he beats John Murphy on a breakaway to give the Clockers a 3-2 lead. That brought Michael Rochford out of the net to join in the celebration. The Panthers, especially John Murphy and Mike Mantenuto, heartbroken. Mantenuto over, talking with John Murphy, getting him up. Murphy dislodges the net in anger. But there's a face-off yet to go here before the final 2.3 goes. There is the face-off. It's in the Holliston zone.
It's over.
And the Clockers have won it. The shot goes into the empty net, vacated by Rochford. It does not count. A happy bunch of Ashland Clockers as they mob Mike Rochford and Kevin Tessier. And what a play by Ty Stacy behind his own net. He looked, he saw what no one else saw, sent the puck completely around and out of the zone, but didn't hit it hard enough to cause an icing. Left it at center ice. The Clockers, and a nice play down in the corner by Keith Comedian. With 15 seconds left to go, Comedian's got the puck in the corner in his own zone. The safe play is to take it back behind your net. But Comedian thought the Clockers still had a chance to win the game. So he sent it up to Bachman, who sprung Tessier, who walked in all alone. And Murphy came out a little bit. There wasn't much of an angle, but somehow Kevin Tessier got it by him. Well, what a big goal. 3-2 Ashland. They sweep the series from Holliston. It's their 8th win of the year. They're 5th in the Tri-Valley League. And they're on their way, Paul.
I'd say so. We'll give you a quick summary of this game, the way it went. In the first period, the only score in the first period was McDonald, 13:06. That made it 1-0. Penalties in the first period to Blake Lucas at 10:45 for a trip. And a penalty called on the goaltender, John Murphy, at 13:55 for a trip. That was served by Jenkins. In any case, the first period ended 1-0 Ashland. Now, Holliston killed off the end of that penalty to the goalie early in the second period. Then, with 57 seconds gone, just 57 seconds gone, Mantenuto hit, assisted by Russo, and that tied it at 1-1. Then at 3:18, Habersky came right back, and he lit the light. That made it 2-1. Penalties in the period, only one to Bachman. At 4:43, Ashland killed it off, and it was 2-1 at the end of the second period. Coming to the third period, and this is the one that we're going to remember, at 9:35, it was Tessier, and that tied it at that point at 2-2. And then at 14:58, or was it 57.7 or some such thing? 14:58. Tessier got the game winner, and that's all she wrote, 3-2. As Clockers sweep the series, they pick up 4 points on Holliston, and they're 2 points closer to the tournament.
Kevin Tessier and Ty Stacy rose to the occasion. The responsibility for scoring goals on this team, although it's been spread around a little bit this year, still falls on them. It's a tremendous responsibility. They came through big tonight. But another kid that came through big was Keith Comedian.
Oh, yeah.
He heard it from Bob Shirley at the end of the second period.
Oh, yeah.
On some of the defensive lapses, and he really came back strong in the third period and made some great defensive plays and started the play that won the game.
Whatever he heard, he listened. And you could tell because they tied up Mantenuto pretty well. He got that one goal, and he did some things we didn't like. But down the stretch, when it counted, they tied him up.
They pretty much kept him from getting the puck with open ice in front of him, and that was a big thing.
But that last goal by Tessier, that's something. That's one for the record books. We'll remember that for a long time. As the arena clears out, they're preparing the ice for whatever comes next. So I'd like to thank Bruce Stearns from Ashland Cable. And for Bob Thacker, this is Paul Burke wishing you all a very pleasant good evening.